Best investment I've ever made. Guys, would you look at this beautiful bowl of creamy heaven. So today I'm presenting you with 3 very time efficient, very simple, these meals only take 10 minutes to make. Healthy, nutritious, delicious post-workout meals. We all know the struggle of getting back from the gym, whether you've done weights or cardio or swimming. And actually, speaking of swimming, don't even get me started about the hunger after swimming. When I swim, my stomach is a black pit. Just a black hole. Just a black hole. But yeah, we all know what it's like when you get back from the gym and you're starving and you can't be bothered to wait an hour for sweet potatoes to roast. And don't get me started on people that microwave their sweet potatoes. There's a place for you people in hell. They go gummy. It's a disservice to the sweet potato. So obviously post-workout nutrition is so important. In my opinion, it's even more important than pre-workout nutrition. I've been on such a journey with post-workout nutrition in my whole life, like back in the day. It was so bad. It was so bad. It was all about just macros, but not the quality of the food. And yet, of course, macros are important. You do want a good balance of proteins, carbs, and fats in your post-workout meals, but it's more about the quality of the food. And nothing pisses me off more than all of these fitness YouTubers that do that thing called like IIFYM, if it fits your macros. Honestly, I see people with their post-workout meals like, oh, I'm having some turkey bacon with an English muffin and 463 egg whites. It's about the quality of your food. And if you really want to get into better physical shape, it's not just about the work you put in the gym. It's all about what you refuel your muscles with afterwards. Don't forget, when we work out hard, whether it's weights or cardio, you are stressing your muscles, you are creating inflammation, and we want to quench that inflammation and also give your body the building blocks to support, build, and maintain healthy, lean muscle tissue as well. Actually, also, before we get into the food, because every video, you guys keep making fun of me because I look like a floating top half without any legs. So just to prove to you that I actually have legs, once and for all. There you have it, guys. I do have legs, very flexible ones too. They call me Spider-Man. So yeah, these meals only take 10 minutes to make. They're very simple, only 4 or 5 ingredients in each one, but most importantly, they taste absolute bomb. So yeah. Anyways, let's get into the food. Alright guys, so here are the very simple ingredients you'll need to make my vanilla high protein waffles. Don't worry if you don't have a waffle maker, this exact same mix you can turn into pancakes. Okay, obviously we need flour, so I've got 1 cup of whole grain spelt flour. Whatever flour you're using, whether you need to eat gluten-free or whatever, just make sure it's a whole grain one, because remember, we want those extra B vitamins and all of that fiber that's gonna give you long-lasting, balanced energy. I've got 1 scoop of raw vegan vanilla protein powder from Vivolife. You can, of course, use any vegan protein powder that you like. Yeah, I've made this mix before with the banana cinnamon flavor, and it was really good. But these days, for this kind of stuff, I like to stick with vanilla just because it's so versatile and it goes with everything, which means you can really go to town with the toppings, which you know I'm gonna do. So anyways, yeah, 1 scoop of vanilla protein powder. If you'd like to try the one that I use, I'll leave a link down below. Tablespoon of flax for those powerful omega-3s that are so important for muscle recovery. Teaspoon of baking powder to make these nice and fluffy. You'll need 1.5 cups of any plant milk that you like. I'm using almond milk. Flour, vanilla protein, baking powder, and flax. Just like when you're making muffins, you really don't want to overmix this mix, because otherwise the waffles will be kind of tough, and we want them to be light and fluffy. Perfect. And guys, if you do not have a waffle maker yet, trust me, it's been the best investment I've ever made. Honestly, they only cost £20. All you have to do is put it in for 2 minutes, and you're done. Beautiful. Alright guys, so we have our basic waffles ready to be topped. That amount I use makes like 2 good sized waffles. I guess if you're making pancakes, it might make 3 or 4. Anyways, let's go to town with the toppings. So first, remember that these are still steaming hot and a little bit crunchy, a little bit of crunch on there. So to contrast that, I'm gonna give it a dollop of cold, creamy coconut yogurt. You could of course use soy yogurt if you wanted. That would make this even higher in protein. I just love myself some coconut yogurt. So I'm gonna add some sliced banana. Nice and ripe and sweet. And for more contrast and antioxidant goodness, I am adding some frozen bloobs. You can use any frozen fruit that you like. This works really well with frozen raspberries as well. Of course, you could warm the blueberries up and make a little blueberry sauce, but I love that little frozen crunch against the hot melting waffles. And of course, this deserves a good drizzle of almond butter. Yep. You can of course use peanut butter or any nut butter that you like. Tahini actually works really good with this as well. I mean, of course, what doesn't tahini work with? Gonna add a tiny bit more sweetness in the form of a little bit of date syrup, which to be honest, I've never used before, but thought I'd give it a go today. If you wanted to bump up the nutrition even more, you could sprinkle this with some hemp seeds for extra omega-3s and protein. Honestly guys, that waffle maker, best investment I've ever made. Guys, can we actually take a moment and happily apply to face? Cheers. Alright guys, so meal number 2, we're making a creamy, healthy, high protein pasta dish. Very simple, only 5 ingredients. I've made something similar to this before, but I used green pesto. However, I can tell you it is 10 times better with red pesto. So you'll need a block of soft tofu. For this kind of mix, the softer the better. I would get silken tofu if you can. This is the only one I could find today. So in this mix, all of the flavor and all of the protein is coming from the sauce because we're gonna blend the tofu with this red tomato pesto. I know that most pestos in grocery stores will contain something like pecorino or parmesan, but you can find vegan ones. This wasn't even in the free from section. This was just on the shelf with the other pasta sauces. So yeah, lots of condensed tomatoey flavor from this. And then blended together with the tofu makes the most delicious, creamy, and high protein, nourishing sauce. Pasta wise, I'm just using some regular whole wheat pasta. You can use any whole grain pasta of your choice. Of course, we need some greens for all of those micronutrients and minerals which speed up muscle recovery. So I'm using some broccoli, which I'm just gonna throw in with the pasta towards the end. And of course, I have got a big bowl of fresh spinaaach. You can use any tender green of your choice, which we're gonna stir through at the end, and it's gonna get all nice and wilted. So simple, so delicious, and this takes 10 minutes. If you only want to make 1 serving of this, then obviously just put in half a block of tofu. I'm going to make a big batch of this sauce. Going to go in with our pesto. Remember, you can also make this with green pesto. I've done that before, but in my opinion, it's so much better with a tomato-based one or a roasted red pepper one. Also going to put in a sprinkle of hemp seeds for some extra omega-3s. And let's blend. Oh, the smell. Before we go in with the sauce, I'm just gonna put some fresh spinach in. You could also use basil. That would be fantastico. This sauce is so thick and creamy. Guys, would you look at this beautiful bowl of creamy heaven. All right guys, so here is the final result. Honestly, this mix, it is so creamy, so flavorful. Also, if you wanted to make this cheesy, you could add some nooch for some extra B12 and all of that kind of stuff. But for me, this is absolutely perfect. And again, this took 10 minutes, only 5 ingredients, full of flavor, full of nutrition. Bomb. Alright guys, so for our final 10-minute meal, we're whipping up a bulgur wheat salad. I've said this so many times, but bulgur wheat is the best whole grain for lazy people because you don't even have to cook it. I know that cooking brown rice or cooking quinoa is very easy, but with this, all you have to do is pour hot water over the top, go and have a shower, do whatever you need to do, come back 10 minutes later and you have delicious, fluffy, it's almost like couscous, but it's healthier because it's a whole grain. For protein, I'm steaming up some peas and edamame. which again only take 5-6 minutes. Then we're gonna throw in some creamy Haas diced avocado and probably drizzle it with some liquid gold. Alright, so it's been 10 minutes and as you can see the bulgur wheat has soaked up all the water, perfectly fluffy. Love bulgur wheat, has a really nice earthy, nutty and slightly sweet flavour. I don't know why more people don't use bulgur wheat. I mean, for people that are lazy and pressed for time, like me, this is even more convenient than using a microwave because you don't even have to turn it on. You just sort of pour it over. You know what I mean? We're gonna put some of this bulgur wheat in a bigger bowl so that we can toss it all around with the greens and stuff. In goes our healthy vegan protein sources, the peas and edamame. Love myself some peas. I feel like peas are just the most underrated source of protein, plus they are just so bloody delicious. Gonna go in with some salt and pepper and some fresh limone. You could also add some chili flakes to this if you really wanted to kick it up a notch. Just give it a little mix. Again, this is something that you can, or you should make a big batch of. I mean, even though it just takes 10 minutes to make, so that you have it in the fridge. It's really delicious cold. Have it the next day for breakfast or for lunch or whatever. I've also got this perfectly ripe Haas avocado, which I'm gonna add for some healthy fats. And just because avocado is a superfood, it's gonna make your skin glow. It's gonna do all kinds of amazing things for you. And of course, I'm gonna drizzle this with a little bit of liquid gold, AKA proper runny Arabic tahini. Simple, quick, healthy, and delicious. I know a lot of the meals and different creations that I kind of make in my regular videos would be a lot more kind of preparation involved. But yeah, hopefully this video shows you that even if you are very pressed for time and you're on a budget, you can still make it work. You can eat healthy, whether it's for post-workout or whether it's just for any time of the day. So yeah, as always, I'm sending you guys so much love. I really hope you've enjoyed this video and I'll see you on the next one. Later.